Hi everyone! I decided to make a trip into the Austrian Alps with a little detour and stay with some relatives for a night. On the first day, my journey took me from a little place north of Munich in Germany to a small town near Vienna in Austria, where I would stay the night and from there continue into the Alps. According to the weather forecast, it was going to be a very rainy trip. The prediction was that it would be driving the next 4 days in the rain and that the temperature would not exceed 17 degrees. The positive side to that is that the chances were high that I would have the roads to myself. So I departed fairly late at 8 o'clock in the morning with high hopes that the weather forecast was wrong since we only had a slight overcast. The further away from home I was, the better the weather got. After a couple of hours of riding, I arrived at the Austrian border. The officer asked me if I was either vaccinated, have a negative corona test, or I had recovered. Due to my full vaccination, I was able to pass the border without any further obstructions. Having crossed the border into Austria, I continued my journey to my relatives for the obligatory beer and barbecue. The next leg of the trip was a mixture between curvy roads and beautiful scenery, and better weather than expected. One of the highlights every time I drive down this road is driving along the river Donau. I don't know why, but it fascinates me every single time. Luckily, I was traveling outside the vacation season, otherwise this road would be packed with cyclists and camper vans and tourists from all over. But that day it was empty, and so I got to enjoy the view on the river and the occasional ruin on the side of the road. After riding more than 450 kilometers on that day, I was happy to be on the last meters to get to my well-deserved beer and rest for the day. Just arrived at the relatives, and to be fairly honest, now we're gonna do some barbecue and enjoy the evening. And after that, I'm gonna plan the next day. Let's see how the weather will be tomorrow.
Oh. Yeah.
The next day started with some heavy rainfall, so that I had to take shelter at a gas station only 40 kilometers into the trip. After waiting for nearly 4 hours at that gas station, I decided to turn around and try my luck the next day. The next day the weather looked a lot better and I decided to continue the trip into the Alps. My plan was to cross the Großglockner, but due to heavy snowfall that wasn't going to happen since they closed it for everyone the same morning. So I decided to just see where the trip will take me and drove west into the Alps. Fantastic! So I just picked the point on the map and told the sat-nav to plan the most curves into this route. As you can see, I wasn't disappointed, and even passed through a skiing area which looked like a ghost town, which was a bit surreal, thinking that usually in the wintertime it is swarming with people, and now during the summertime it is no one here. But the view down from this area was magnificent and it was totally worth it. But just look at that view, magnificent. If I'm going to say one more time magnificent, I'm going to pinch myself. But it is. Where do I have to go now? Go right? Go right. Go right. I hope so. Well, it looks like it. Ah, shit. Didn't want to go here. So I did have to go up. That's what you get for watching the view instead of knowing where to go. Let's go that way. But that is the beauty of when driving alone. You know, it's my own fault if I take a wrong turn. That did happen quite often. I mean, I just wanted to show you this nice little place, and yeah, that's the entire reason why I actually did the detour. After riding for quite a bit, I found a nice spot to take a short break, relax and eat something. The river beside the park bench was just perfect to relax. And after a nice rest with a full stomach, I decided to find a hotel nearby to stay the night and drove into a little town called Tamsvik. Oh, that looks nice. I passed through some small villages and even found some unpaved roads to the hotel. Somewhere on those unpaved roads my GoPro decided that it doesn't want to work anymore, and all of the footage from that on was corrupted and unusable. But I can tell you that I actually did arrive and did get my beer at the end. The next morning I decided to head home, since according to the weather forecast the temperature was expected to go below 10 degrees and the possibility to see snow in the lower regions of Austria was rising. I had a wonderful trip, even though I wasn't able to pass the Großglockner, but covering just about 1,600 km was a nice start into the season. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the section below. Thanks and have a nice day.